We
Yeah,
kicking.
we live, baby.
Yeah. Oh,
Hey, it's a mic there.
right, yeah,
What's
man.
the intro? Well, welcome to our podcast, Love Jones.
Yes, we are the Love Jones.
We are the Loves.
And we are the Joneses.
We are.
Yeah. Well, first and foremost, this is our first run our second run, but due to
Mhm.
technical difficulties, this is our first episode coming straight to y'all, live, raw, uncut. You know, just a group of friends here to shed some light on whether it be marriage life, being parents, being black, so yeah,
All the rough things.
yeah,
There
man,
it is.
Everything.
yeah,
Current
Yeah.
events.
yeah,
What's
Yeah.
interesting, what's hot, who's not,
Right.
You don't know
Point of
nothing
views
about
from a
that.
female perspective,
That's
uh,
point of
right.
views from a male perspective, and
yeah,
hopefully we can come together as one and give y'all some sound advice in general, because I feel like everybody have their side. Most of the time, the girls be on the same side, and y'all guys be on the same side.
yeah.
We
Oh,
peeped y'all
brother.
game. We peeped
But
I
y'all
feel like
game.
we speak like different language. Like girls understand girls, and guys they think they guys.
Mm-hmm. I would have to agree to that.
no,
I would have to agree to that.
So,
Cause
I'm sorry.
no. I was just gonna say like I would have to agree to that because I feel like, and like what I always tell Quincy is like is to me it's the same cry just from different points of views. It's almost like if you got I saw this post actually my aunt had sent me this post and it was two people looking at a six. It was the number six, but it was a person on this side and a person on the opposite side, and it was like they were pointing at it and they was saying this is a six and the other person was saying this is a nine, but it was basically your perspective of that.
yeah,
But it's like you can kind of have two different I just feel like two separate points of view, but they kind of can zone to the same thing, and I feel like that's what guys and girls do. Like it's the same cry, it's just
Different points of
different.
view.
Yeah, different points of view.
Yeah.
yeah.
Hmm.
Yeah.
So, yeah. With that being said, again, we are a group of friends. We live in Fort Worth, Texas. Uh, moved
Shout
down
out.
here what 4 years ago.
Mm-hmm.
This podcast has been brewing for about a decade almost. I'd
COVID.
say.
Not a
Yeah,
decade.
since
Since
Well,
about
not a
COVID.
decade. Yeah, I'd say since COVID.
Well, yeah, close enough though.
You
I
know, you
mean,
gotta be the expert.
who remembers those 4 years though? Or 2, 3 years of
Yeah, COVID
COVID?
was rough.
You don't remember those years?
COVID was rough.
Nothing that was in the middle. I remember the beginning and the end.
But y'all had a COVID baby.
Exactly.
Still don't
Just
remember,
saying.
man. Still don't remember. Yeah, hey, that's how fast time is flying.
It
I
has.
bet you remember them stimulus checks, though.
Oh.
Nah, man, mine had to get mailed, so I had to wait longer.
See,
Yeah,
get your
man.
taxes right, bruh.
That
Yeah,
was
man.
nice.
Man.
Like that was one good thing that was done during that time. The rest of it was just chaos and
Yeah.
Especially in Cleveland.
turmoil.
They had
Yeah.
things on lock, shut down.
Hmm. Yeah.
That
Yeah.
was crazy.
I remember when y'all moved down here, moved to Texas, and we were still in Cleveland for the couple more months that we had to be there. And y'all were like, yeah, we out. Like, we doing our thing, down here. We went to the mall, we went to eat.
Right.
And we was like, oh, what y'all do today? Nothing.
Right.
It was
Just
literally
sit
like
in the
two
house.
different worlds.
It
Because even when
was.
we first moved down here, or sorry, when we came to visit in November of 2020, we came to Texas just to visit it to see how it looked.
Mm-hmm.
Like nobody had on masks. Like Cleveland, nobody was going out.
Right.
There was nothing. But we came down here. We went to some mall.
Legacy Food Club, Food Court,
It
something
was
like that.
somewhere.
Mm-hmm.
Legacy
But
West,
they had a
Legacy something.
concert going outside.
Right.
And it was just like a complete shock. Like, do y'all not care about COVID?
Mm-hmm. No mask,
Yeah,
no
that's
No
nothing.
crazy.
mask, no
Yeah.
Man.
nothing. people just breathing on you. It was a fun time. Though.
Yeah, shout out to
People was breathing
you
on
know,
Yeah.
breathing on you.
No, that is true. Yeah, but it was a lot of places in Cleveland you couldn't even go inside.
Yeah.
They made
Like Shake Shack, you had to stop at the door.
yeah.
You order.
Yeah, they made you order online. Then you
Which still is mind boggling to me because if I got COVID, I'm going to just give it to you. Like,
Right.
it don't
Exactly.
matter whether you stop me at the door or not. Like, yeah.
There was people that tried to avoid getting COVID and it just got brought home with the kids. So
Man.
didn't even make sense. But
Right. That was rough.
I guess that's what led us to here.
It did.
You know.
It
So
did.
I would like us to do like a brief little introduction just of y'all, of course, y'all name. And I want to know, like, how did y'all meet? I'm sure everybody else want to know too. But how did Tasha and Quincy
Don't
become
know if we
one?
want to know that.
What was the like? What was it like?
I'm going to let him tell his story because he has a very vivid imagination of this story.
I've been there
History is
so I could
facts.
validate.
That's why they call it his story. It's the facts.
His story.
Yep. So yep. So it was a, we was in Cleveland, so it was a cloudy, rainy day. And I seen her walk up in that classroom like Bella from Twilight.
Were you the Edward? Were you all
Nah,
awkward?
I'm
and-
Jacob. Team Jacob,
Okay.
by the way. But,
He didn't say that movie and who knows how
Right.
long, but okay.
no, but yeah, I just been crushing ever since.
And when you said what when was that?
That was 10th grade, so
The 1900s?
Do you remember what class it was?
1900s.
I would
Trying to play.
right. No, I don't want to say it was biology. I don't want to say that. I think I seen you there, but I think it was really like math. I think it was like Zebo. Remember him?
It definitely was biology class.
Oh yeah. Well, Miss Donovan.
It was like
That was a
for real.
wild class.
They
though.
walked
Yeah.
into
Yeah,
biology
it
class
was
at Twilight.
biology.
You never
class.
remember that though.
Well, they was talking about, they was looking in the
No.
microscope.
Yeah,
You never
it was,
remember
it was
that.
science class.
So I mean,
Yeah.
what happened after that?
Oh,
You
no,
seen her,
no, it was
and
really
then did y'all
good.
get together right then and there?
Oh no, come on now. Nah, it was I got rejected about what Brown say, not one, not two, not three.
This is true.
So yeah, it was just staying persistent. And 6 years later?
Yeah, I guess you could say that. But see,
Maybe 5
okay,
years later. 5.5.
what he did not tell y'all is that he charmed me with his friendship, with the love and caring person that he is. So I kind of friend zoned him, which I feel like that wasn't my
Kinda?
fault that I friend zoned him. I friend
Super
zoned.
friend zone. You
Yeah.
had your friend. I remember, what was that?
Don't be name
think-
dropping.
No,
Don't
I
be
ain't gonna
name
say-
dropping.
No, I ain't like that. But I think it was, was we in night school? I think we was in night school because I can't remember. But we was
You
in
said night
class.
school?
Yeah, because I had to go to night school.
Oh, yeah.
You
I
know,
didn't know that was a thing.
being a degenerate. So yeah.
Not listening.
Yeah, I went for like 2 days and I was like, nah. Can't do this.
No parts, huh?
Yeah, but yeah, you had your friend. She don't even like you, boy. Dang, in front of everybody. I'm just like, nah, that ain't. She don't know what she talking about, y'all. Salty
boy
as
was
ever,
hurt.
though. Salty as ever. I probably cried that night too.
Yeah, he gonna cry in the car.
I guess that's a good note too for
Yeah.
people who are trying to find somebody. If you've been friend zoned, that's not the end, right?
Yeah.
If
Oh,
friend
no.
zoned,
For
you
sure.
can be a good friend, and that jumps
For 6 years.
Yeah, come on
It
now.
was-
It really
Phil.
was 6 years though. It was because it was like right after we graduated. So like,
It was probably like
um,
4 or 5 years.
it's probably like
Yeah,
like four
like
and a
four.
half. Because
Oh yeah, man, that's still a long time, man.
09, and then
Yeah.
I left what? I left February in February of 10.
Oh, for the
Yeah.
okay, yeah,
Yeah.
So yeah,
You
so
left
that
to go
fall, so
where?
that fall, that's when we really
Right,
made it
everybody
You
official.
know.
left to go where?
Oh, you know.
There
know.
you go.
yeah. The people don't know,
I
man.
had to save the world, y'all. You know.
That's right, with
You
that
know?
S on your chest.
You know.
Yeah, man.
Understood.
Shout out to all the military,
shout out
man.
to the Army.
Militaries,
For
yeah.
sure.
Shout out to the armed forces for sure.
Yeah,
Yeah, we really appreciate y'all. Thank you
It's
for
the 1%.
everything that you've done.
yeah.
1%ers.
Yeah.
But yeah, so I left for the military February of 10.
Mm-hmm.
So by the time I was going to my duty station, which was in Colorado, that was in September like 12th or something like that. We kind of made it official like right before that. I was about to get on the flight.
Oh, that's sweet.
Yeah.
And I was
That's sweet
running
thing.
in the wait.
That's what you did for real?
No, I didn't.
Dang.
Sound good
I
though.
was about to say.
It sounds good though. That's
Sounds
crazy.
romantic. Tell me more.
Nah, it really wasn't that.
No, that's
It was
crazy.
crazy. I,
Sounds
I had a little flame in the military. It was a sad day, man. It wasn't. Guess it wasn't in the cards.
Yeah, it wasn't. It was not. Obviously, we've been to do a little bit more backstory. Well, I guess a little bit more story of what we have because we've been married this year. Be 14 years,
Wow.
and so
This year win.
it just wasn't. Yeah, it wasn't in God's plan for us to, you entertain things or people. And I think that at the end of the day, we knew like what we really wanted, and that even though we were friends, we really did work hard on building each other. Like, I feel like we did. We worked
that's for
really
sure.
hard on just feeding into each other, building each other, even though we didn't even know where it was going to go, just because that's just the type of person that we both are.
Yeah.
And it's like, okay, look, you can do this. You will do this. And at the end of the day, we know, I know where you're trying to go, and I feel that same pain from basically where we came from nothing and what we're trying to get to. And so we had a lot of similarities in that, like there are the ways of thinking. So it's just like,
Yeah.
it just wasn't in the plans for us to be with anybody else but each other.
That's right.
So
Right, that's when,
here you are.
Wale dropped that
Oh,
ambition.
Oh yeah.
Ambitious girl. I
Yeah.
had to learn that one time.
Hey man.
Yeah.
Well, they need to come back out with some more music.
yeah.
Right.
You do.
Right. That was
That's
the
the
homie.
beautiful story. I love
Right.
it.
So with us,
So,
just to
yep.
close it out, I am Tasha. For those of you that don't know, I am a wife to this lovely man here of 14 years. We been together for 16 years. And we have 3 boys, so our house is always on the go with sports, and just it's half the time a circus around here. But yeah, that's kind of what my life is revolves around. I'm a nurse, so it's usually just God first, and then a hubby, kids, and work. That's kind of what it consists of. So
Right. I didn't even introduce myself. Yeah, my name is Quincy. I am a regional freight location specialist.
Sounds nice.
right,
Yeah.
he tripping.
Yeah.
He a truck driver, y'all.
Yep. Truck driver, you can tell by the weight. But it'll be off soon. Y'all see my transition. So, how did y'all meet? What's y'all's story?
I'll let her tell it.
Well, for one, I'm Angel. Hey, hey. Um, we have. You want to start with that one? What we do? Okay. Introduction. Angel. We have 2 babies. Another one on the way. Due any day now.
Right.
She's just chilling right now. We have a daughter who's 4, and we have a son that's 2. And so yeah, 2. We're gonna have 3 kids under 5. So pray for
Yeah.
us. We gonna see how this wild ride will be. I still can't believe you're about to be parents of 3 kids. I'm like, that's crazy.
Yeah.
Like I'm a mom.
Yeah.
2 girls though.
Get it on.
I work in management in a retail store, and yeah. So I will say for us, I feel like Philip has been chasing me since I was 17 years old. Since
We.
were
Right.
since we were
Yeah,
17 years old.
I
And we
need
didn't go
that.
to the same school or anything.
Yeah.
I worked at a grocery store and he worked at a movie theater. And so we always kept crossing paths. My sister worked at the theater too. So of course I'm going to the theater, seeing all my free movies. And of course they would come to the store to get all their snacks
Mooching.
and whatnot. So that's originally how we met.
Yeah.
And he would call me his future wife then, but I just
Not he giving you the snacks though this early on is the thing.
I wasn't,
My
I
boy
just wasn't
been
feeling
plotting.
it. Phil was plotting.
That's right.
She wasn't giving me nothing for free, but she'll come see free movies.
and get
I mean,
free
that's
snacks.
different.
Right.
Right. I would get free snacks though.
Yeah.
But yeah,
Well, that's the thing. You can't really get free snacks at a grocery
That's
store.
very
'cause
true.
that
Why
is
can't you?
they
totally
eyeing us like
different.
hawks.
Cause I worked at a grocery store when I was younger, and they don't. You give some free snacks, and you gonna be free right out that door. You gonna get a check again.
You gotta live a little, man.
Yeah, I don't know if that at that moment she felt like she wanted to lose her job,
No.
over
Right.
giving you a free
No.
snack. You
See?
wasn't gonna lose no job.
That's
Mr.
right.
Dave ain't playing with y'all.
Right.
No, Mr. Dave
Man,
was
tell
not.
me about it.
Yeah.
But Phil. One thing, Phil was just persistent. He tried to get me when he was 17. Was like, no. Then I went. Graduated from high school. He was still on the run, y'all. He was chasing me. But, I just was not worried about being tied down at that moment.
Mm-hmm.
So he
Not
was
about me, at
persistent.
least.
He was persistent all the way up until we were 20. So it was literally not, it was 3 years later, honestly, from when we met. 20 years old,
That's
I
a
came
long
back
time.
from college. I was a junior in college. I was going to be a junior. But regardless, we came back, and, I just started hanging with him. It's like, man, he is really cool.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I've been knew him, but, like, I actually got to sit down, talk with him, and I would just be going up to the movies, not even to see a movie, but just to talk to him, just to get some more time with him. So I fell in love with you. That's all.
Yeah.
So just real quick, please sum it up quickly. How did he just say like, all right, what was the time when it was just like, all right, we dating, where it was just the official date that y'all call y'all dating anniversary? What did he do? Was he like singing in the rain? Was he like,
Oh,
what
that
did
would
he
have been
do?
so nice. That's
Uh-uh.
not the
one
hill that
wish
you can do.
home.
Right.
Uh-uh.
No, it was actually weird because it was his birthday, his 21st birthday. And I asked him, I said, I'm ready to be in a relationship with you. Would you like to be my boyfriend? Can y'all believe this ninja said no?
Because
He
I
said
asked her
no.
first, and she said no. And then
So
I
you
was
just played
texting
tit
her.
for tat.
Yeah. Since then, man, I asked her, and she said no. Then she went off to school, and then she goes to tell her sister I'm blowing her phone up. So I'm like, you know what? I'm gonna fall back.
He fell back all right because I'm just like, why ain't he been texting me?
Man.
Like, that's not cool. Like, where's this attention that I was
Man,
so used
see?
to getting? So, yes. Anyway, I came back and then I asked him and he told me no. Only for him to ask me 2 days later. So that's
said,
how
"I'm
it's
It's my
always
time.
Nice.
I'm the daddy. I'm grown.
It's always engraved in my head because his birthday is June 23rd. So he asked me 2 days after his birthday. And we was walking around in Cleveland in Shaker Square. and we was at Dewey's Coffee Shop. Shout out to Dewey's because that's where we first got together.
Man, I don't even think that place open no more.
It probably isn't, but they had some good stuff. But regardless, he asked me there, and it was really nice. It was just, I think I'm ready to be your boyfriend. Will you be my girlfriend? And I'm like, oh yes.
Yeah. Had to do it on my time.
That's why your kid coming on her time.
Yeah, that's her issue, not mine.
It's your issue too.
It's about to be your issue, man.
Right.
Yeah, let's just hope we ain't in San Antonio.
So I do have another question for y'all. Even with this chase, Quincy, you've been chasing Tasha pretty much, to get her. And Boo, you've been chasing me to get me. Do y'all feel like the chase ends once you get in marriage?
Once you get in marriage or a relationship, because the relationship has it comes before the marriage, so.
Well, yeah, you know what I mean. Yes, the relationship, but marriage. Too,
Marriage more so because with marriage you tied down.
right? Bonded by the Lord. Before.
I mean, yeah, but.
See how y'all try to guilt trip us?
Right.
So just curious, how do y'all feel about that?
I'll let him
The
answer
chase. Do you think the chase is still necessary through marriage?
Through? Yeah, I think it's definitely necessary through marriage, but
Do you think it ends? It don't end.
nah, I don't think it ends. Yeah, I think it's more so just. I don't think it's labeled as a chase anymore, though.
Interesting. Explain.
Yeah, I think it's more so just like you just gotta do things to be like continue to be spontaneous, continue to make each other happy, continue to do things to have fun. So I don't think
Sounds
it's
like a chase to me.
Right. That's what
Well,
I'm saying.
yeah,
That's
but-
like
Very
a
much
chase.
so like a chase.
yeah. I mean, I guess that's why I said I don't think it would be labeled as a chase, but yeah, I guess everything's still the same.
It is very much so a chase.
Yeah,
Very much so. You have to, because at the end of the day, people gonna change.
yeah,
Both on both parts. Male, female, male, whatever the case is. People gonna change over time. You're
yeah,
gonna have to constantly look for that new spark, because you can't keep doing the same thing. Like you said, the spontaneity of it. Like you can't just keep doing the same thing every time.
yeah,
It's gonna get old. When we gonna do something else?
yeah.
I don't
Yeah.
want to just go get a hotel every time. I'm you know what I'm saying?
The
Treat me
hotel,
like you
though.
getting married.
Y'all
Like
used
I
to do in the
said that,
past,
man. I'm
huh?
like he said it like I said it.
But I'm saying, it's
No, I
it's just
feel you.
natural, you know.
Yeah,
Like I ain't no little girl off the street.
Yeah.
So now it's like at first you don't really have to chase, so it's nice. But then once you are really titled, like now you really gotta chase.
yeah,
Because now they expect, you know what I'm saying? The other party expects you to.
yeah.
Because you're the only one now at that point.
Yeah, that's
You
true.
kind of have to chase.
That is true.
I agree.
So what do y'all think?
Right.
Oh yeah, I think that chase is still there. You still gotta come get me. Come get this, boo. Okay.
So
You
You
still
look
gotta.
like you got already.
Right.
If y'all only knew, that's a whole nother topic. But
man,
yeah, you still have to, one thing that Philip did to try to get me, compliment me all the time, communicate, get me small gifts here and there, want to spend time with me, even as a female, I do feel like, or as a wife rather, not as a female. But as a wife, I feel like, yeah, I'm still trying to look slim and trim for you, look good for you. Granted, I'm not slim and trim right now, but, I still have to look my best. I still have to, give you something to chase, So I feel like that is still always going to be,
I got you. Makes sense.
Yeah, I agree. I think that definitely making sure that you like you said, just look what you want them to be chasing. Like you
Right.
can't be just always, digging in your nose, patting your weave
With
and
your
all of
bonnet
that. Like,
on,
yeah,
right.
like you definitely have to make sure that you are presentable for your 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 husband. I agree with that. I definitely try my best, and I really like when he's like, "Oh, say you look so pretty today," or something like that, which he does always compliment the way I look. I'm more hard on myself with the way I look because I feel like, once you have kids, your body don't do the same. It don't sit like it used
Yeah, it's
to.
not up and perky. I feel
Exactly.
that.
So it's like, like, is this really what you like? But okay,
Yeah.
but he definitely does give me that, like, that reassurance, even no matter how saggy and baggy it is.
That's good.
He does give me that reassurance of, like, that's all right. This is all mine. Like, it could be flatter than a pancake back there right now, but I will still hit it the way I'm
And you know
supposed
it's
to hit
not, girl. Okay.
it. I be trying to get my squats in, but
Get it, girl.
I definitely do think the pursue matters. Those constant, like, compliments and acknowledgments, and just like letting each other know all the time, and that's on both sides. Because I do feel like, as much as me and they're a lot quiet and not as vocal as we are, they do yearn those things, those conversations where we should just have to sit there and just tell them what a good person they are,
Yeah.
because y'all do a lot,
Y'all do.
and we do appreciate you. And of course, these stories will be more in depth. Of me and Quincy was just having a conversation about that, just making sure you give flowers on both sides.
Big fan.
Just as much as you want them, you want your man to be doing that, you have to be doing the same thing. And men are not as vocal as we are. That.
Yeah, I feel that, girl.
Yep.
Yeah.
So,
Snaps. I feel that.
so one of my questions was, first of all, I got a joke for y'all.
A joke. Come on.
This joke has really,
Tell
this
us.
really been on my mind.
right.
Hopefully,
I
I
need a
could get a
good
joke
giggle.
for y'all
All right.
every time.
Okay.
But don't just laugh at my mom joke,
Okay.
or my corny joke. Even if it's corny, act like you like
Oh,
it.
you ain't got to look at me. You know I'm gonna laugh.
He trying to get them brownie points
So
for tonight.
You feel me?
So, y'all ready?
Yeah.
What do you call two spiders that just got married?
A spider web.
Newlywebs, I guess.
Oh, that's
It
good.
is
Wow.
newlywed.
I guess.
That is a
How
good
you
one.
get my joke? Okay, I
Yeah,
gotta
he
come. I
looked it
gotta
up. He
come
knew that
tougher.
one.
No.
I gotta come tougher next time.
Uh-uh.
I gotta come tougher next time. It's gonna be
For your
a
next patient,
stick to nursing. Okay, I'm gonna keep
you
coming
can
with
draw
my
my
jokes.
blood here. You can draw my blood. You got it.
I'm gonna keep coming with my jokes until I can make y'all just fall
Newly-
over, kicking y'all feet.
newlywebs.
Oh,
Newlyweds.
newlyweds.
All right.
Well, but no, that was my joke. But I do really seriously got a question for y'all.
Well, give
Because
us
Coco going
1 second. We
crazy.
just gotta take a quick intermission.
Okay.
1 second.
You pause. Start it now. Don't mind us, y'all.
So I was gonna say I have a question for y'all.
She got your lip gloss.
Girl, you better.
Sorry. You know, the Bath and Body Works lip gloss is
It's
not
expensive.
right.
Yeah,
It
if
is
y'all
not
didn't
cheap.
know.
You better back up off my lip gloss.
A black woman
Don't
and
mind
lip gloss.
Coco.
Damn.
Don't mind Coco, y'all. She's a new addition to the family. But so I was gonna say, seeing that we've all been married, because y'all have been married for how long now?
Oh, we didn't say. We've been married. It'll be 7 years this year.
Yeah, 7
years.
in
And
July.
y'all been
Together
together for quite some time.
13 years.
Only 13?
So, with that being said, like, what advice would you give, like, married people from, like, a man's perspective, I guess, like, that you would feel is the hardest thing one of the toughest things that you have to deal with or address within your marriage, you know, just from a man's perspective and from a woman's perspective? What do you feel like you like advice you could give them for challenges that may or may come? You know what I mean?
Ladies first.
She said from a man's first. You go first.
All right. Challenges. I'll say it's a lot. A lot of challenges for real, but I think the main thing is a lot of men have communication issues, and that's something I struggle with a lot. It was more so shutting down at the point of where I felt like I was being attacked. So I think communication is number one. So I think once you get past that, everything else kind of falls as it should. But I think communication and what would be that, like, just affection, because a lot of men don't come from a affectionate home either. So I think that's another thing that is a big challenge, because I'm not an affectionate person, but Angel is. So
So what would your advice be? With affection. Give it.
So you forgot
I mean, it ain't that simple. It's you gotta learn how to give it. Somebody has to be willing to teach you. How to give
Teach
that,
me
because
how to
it's
love.
it's hard to learn that on your own.
Well,
So-
you're not on your own.
Right, but I'm saying before you get with somebody, that's why a lot of guys don't come equipped with that.
It's
So
quite simple.
yeah, man,
Just do what they telling you to do.
Yeah, pretty much.
Quite
Listen.
simple.
right.
My advice, right?
Or well, what you feel like is a challenge, and then the advice. What you feel like is a challenge and that comes with marriages, and then what advice would you give for people to overcome that challenge?
I feel like patience. Patience could be a challenge because you have two different people coming together, of course. So y'all coming from two different households, and then y'all still think, even though y'all are one, you still two different people. So as you're growing, I do feel like you still, like Quincy said earlier, you got to keep learning each other, but you also need the patience, because when someone is not necessarily in the same headspace as you, you just have to be patient and keep praying and whatnot. But no one's gonna change. Not saying that we want y'all to change who you are, but like just how you said, I have to show you. I also have to be patient. Like I can't just expect it to happen right now. So I feel that's a challenge sometimes for me, just because even though I feel like I may be patient, but you just taking forever and a day, So I feel like that is challenging, to be patient, to have to sit there and wait, and then that person is gonna keep.
And it gets frustrating waiting.
They may make mistakes, or they may make the same mistake, but you have to be patient on that they're still learning, So, the advice for that will be, to pray. Honestly, pray and wait, and then try not to keep bringing up the past, because I know that's not good for either party to keep bringing up the past. So that's what I would say.
Yeah.
Yeah, I agree with that.
Yeah, those are really good points that y'all brought up. I agree with those a lot.
But don't forget, the past is why you're here. So it plays a very important part sometimes in some arguments.
Message.
Dive deeper
Yeah, I was
into
gonna
that.
say, can you expound?
I'm like, it was a message, but I'm like,
No, because when I say that is because, let's say some whoever both, or maybe both parties come with baggage, right? So you get together. Let's say you're getting together based on the baggage that y'all have. Y'all both venting to each other, right? So now secrets that even other people don't even know, but you disclose with this one person, and now y'all together. right? And now the baggage that y'all disclose with each other, now y'all both treat each other differently. You know what I'm saying? Because of that, if that makes sense. So if Tasha came to me and said, "Hey, my last boyfriend or whatever did this, that, and the third," so in my mind, I'm not gonna do that.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? So I'm gonna move different. But then I get presented with a situation where instinctively I just do that, right? And now you have to react like, damn, I just messed up. Now you got to come clean, tell her, well, I told you, you know what I'm saying? That was like a deal breaker for me.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So because of the past, you can't even make a mistake. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So it's not
Yeah.
necessarily bringing up the past, but that's how we got here.
Yeah.
Understood.
You see what I'm saying? So
Yeah,
that's why I say
was
that.
well said.
Yeah, that definitely makes sense.
So I think for me though, stop it. I think for me, I get, what was the question again? I kind of got thrown off.
I said, name something that you feel. Yeah.
I'm good.
I said, name something that you feel is. Dang, you made me forget the
I
question.
said a challenge.
Oh, a
yeah,
challenge.
Okay,
Yeah.
yeah,
Yes, a challenge
My
in the
fault.
marriage and how
Your
what advice
advice
you
to
would give.
others.
That's right.
Yeah, I would probably say to that, like, not making little things big things. Because if you make a little thing a big issue in the moment, now the bigger issues are really big issues. You know what I'm saying? And it's harder to work through those larger problems. So every time you'll be like, every problem y'all run into, now y'all thinking that's the biggest thing, and now we got to be done. You know what I'm saying? Every single time. So then you solve that, you work through that, you push it under the rug or whatever, and then now, the next thing happened. Now y'all not even fully over that, but then now this feels bigger because now I have animosity because of the last thing.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So it's just like,
Yeah, like
Try
things
to-
piled up.
yeah, don't let it pile up. Don't if it's a little issue, just and I'm notorious for it. Just try not to blow up over little things and try to keep it in perspective.
I will like to say, even though an issue may be little, I think things still need to be addressed within that little issue.
Oh yeah,
Like,
address
don't let
it.
the little issues be swept under the rug,
Yeah, of course.
Because that
I
will create an
agree.
even bigger mess. But, address the small issues, but, that's what
Of
I'm
course,
saying.
but it's the way you address it. So let's say, I'm sorry, I ain't trying to, but let's say you try to address the issue, but naturally people are going to get defensive, and now you're starting to argue, right? And if you know in your mind, can you get that from her? If you know in your mind that, I'm sorry, this dog wants to play. But if you know in your mind that it's a small issue and the person is getting defensive and it's starting to become an argument, you have to try. And I know it's hard because I'm a confrontational person too. So if it's a debate, I'm gonna try to debate too. I'm gonna keep it 100. That's just me. So it's like, if you see the issue becoming more than what it should be, just be like, look, I'm not even trying to have an argument, so I'm gonna let this die down. Yeah, let's take a chill pill. I'm just trying to tell you what I had an issue with, but I see it's kind of becoming more. Let's just chill. It's not that big of a deal.
Yeah.
But in your mind, it's an issue for you. You know what I'm saying? But you have to be the one to step back. Even though it's an issue for you, you have to step back. Because usually, I know for me, I know it's an issue, so I'm gonna keep trying to get you to see my issue, even though you're pushing back. And the
And you
person
gotta have the
that's
patience.
exactly, you're right, you're right. And the person that's arguing and defending themselves, they're not going, no, they're not gonna back down from it. So you're gonna have to, even though you have the issue, you gotta back down. Like, all right, it's okay, you know, it's okay, but it's not that big of an issue for whoever. So just don't let little things become big things. That's what I would say to newlyweds or new couples.
Yeah. Or even current couples that's dealing
Yeah.
with whatever, you know,
Yeah.
that issue. That was good. I like that. I like what you were saying about the patience, because that definitely is a big thing. Definitely having patience and two, like you said, just two different people coming together. For me, I guess, like to piggyback of what you were saying was like just for a woman, more so from a woman's perspective, just addressing what the issue is at hand and not bringing up multiple other things. And once you address what you address,
Go ahead and get that, boo. I left the bathroom door open, so that's my
I
bad.
see.
Phil, you gonna be full of tissues.
Right.
I'm so sorry.
It's all good.
But addressing what the problem is at hand, and once y'all solve that, like leave it at that. You know what I mean? So if you, a lot of times women do a lot of things, right? We are like, who is that? The man that wore many colors, like in the Bible. We like that type of person, where we are pretty much the facilitators, the house managers, the person who take everybody to all the things, the sports, the doctor's appointments. You know, you cooking, you cleaning, you wiping down, you making sure you giving, dad the goods, all of that. Like you kind of, I feel like are like a person that's the glue and keeping things together. But like once, if you ever feel overwhelmed or whatever the case may be, especially with us millennial moms, because those millennial moms are not like our moms back in the day, where they just was stay-at-home moms. They watched the kids. They, you know what I'm saying? They did what they had to do, and that was it. While dad worked, like we still work full time or go to school full time or whatever the case may be, and trying to be successful, because it would behoove you not to do that, because you need two incomes nowadays. So,
Right.
just even though things may seem like it's a lot, and it's not to negate that you, whatever you got going on, to address, like he was saying, address those issues. But once you address them, if y'all come to a common ground, fix what need to be fixed on both ends and leave it alone. Like, don't bring up something else that happened just because you and your feelings and you feel like, oh, I'm hurt, or this is the case. Like, whatever your problem is right there, pinpoint on that problem, because men, they are, not trying to be funny or shade y'all, but y'all short listeners. You know what I mean? Like, it's like, what is the issue? Like, you know what I'm saying? Tell me what the
Or maybe
problem
we're
is
just
at hand.
long-winded.
Don't
Right,
talk
yeah, that's what
about
I was gonna
Maybe
say.
all
we're
those
just
other
long-winded.
things. Right. Very short and straight to the point and direct. So I know for us, when I get to, easing on down the yellow brick road with the whole shindig, like I done lost them from what I'm really trying to say, or what my cry really is. And that's not my intentions, but it's like everything piled up, and it's like, okay, now he don't even know what to do. It's like, then at the end of the argument, it's like, well, I really just wanted you to take the stuff out the microwave, you know what I mean? And I'm like, I done said all this stuff, so it's like, just whatever the problem is, focus on that problem, especially if you got a good man that's willing to address those problems and try to work on them. Take heed to that and work on it and give it to him very simple, very small, and let him work on that and give him time to work on that. You know what I mean? So that would be my tip. Just yep, give them very little bits of what you got going on, because they ain't, they ain't gonna want to talk too long to you.
Understood. That
They
is
just
for
not
sure.
emotional and deep like us.
We got to give the backstory, the side story sometimes, just for you to get the whole picture. So
Yeah,
I understand.
Not intentional.
Yeah, I would say that, like Angel said, I think y'all are long-winded when it comes to those things. But I think we do listen, but to an extent of like when y'all come at us a certain way, it's just we automatically have to go into defense mode. 'Cause it's like, oh, here we go now. What did we do? And it could have not been nothing. It's just,
Yeah.
I think the way, you want us to come, yes, massa. Well, how can I help, massa? That's how you want us to come.
no.
Sometimes,
My
but it don't work that way. We
My
can tell you.
uncle did
I'm sorry. We can
nickname
tell you in
me
a
Master.
nice, calm way,
Mm-mm.
but it may not. Just because it may not be something you want to hear.
I think that's the truth. That's what I feel too. It's just not something that y'all want to hear at that moment. Maybe y'all got a lot y'all got going on, and what we said is just not the right time.
Right.
But
Like,
that is
just woke up.
May I
Right.
speak, master. That's what y'all
just-
want. May I speak?
I just sat down.
like
I'm
you did.
coming to America.
All right, don't play.
Right.
I might like that.
Boy, please. Yeah, well, I mean, I think it's more so bad timing, and our apologies to that. It's just sometimes we don't mean to put me, hard on y'all or make y'all feel unappreciated or nothing like that. It's just like, like we got some stuff we need to address too. I'm sorry that it wasn't during when you wanted me to say it
Or how you want to
or
say
how
it.
you wanted me to say it. It's like, but at this point, I'm feeling like I'm at my breaking point. So I just need you
Yeah.
to help me.
So let us get our response.
I
too.
do feel like that goes.
when we
back
when
and
we
forth,
respond, don't get mad at our response either.
That's facts.
So if we
Can you just not
say,
respond defensively though? Like just
That part.
don't.
but
don't
if
respond
you crying, if you're coming to us crying like you said, right? It kind of we don't. It's not like we just want y'all to sit here and cry.
Right.
We don't do things to be like making you upset. So when you crying, then it's like, dang, what I do?
Yeah.
But we always don't
What
come
I
to you
do? I
crying.
just got off work. I ain't even
we?
take my boots off. What I do?
Corns.
You know. Yeah. That's why I'm
Let
a
me rub
disabled
your
vet
feet,
now.
Master.
Because even I feel like sometimes we could tell you in the calmest way, but then if how you respond, your tone and whatnot, that tells us a lot.
First
So
off,
because we can come to you calmly, cool,
and we can
calm,
respond
cool.
calmly. We could try our best to respond calmly. Because I'm gonna tell you the first thing a guy is gonna do. Be like, let's say we just came in the door. Y'all be like, baby, you forgot to take the chicken out. The
Oh,
first
man.
thing we gonna do is,
Right.
and what y'all gonna say? Why you over there
Why you
deep
over there,
breathing?
right?
Right.
Cause why?
Right.
It could be for myself.
You
So
should
I
have took
so I
that
can gather
chicken
my
out.
thought.
You should have took it out.
I can give y'all
We
a
wouldn't
real,
be here had you took the chicken out.
Exactly. Just a real
But
example.
it could have been my own fault, and I'm probably mad at that because it's my own fault. Like,
Understood.
like
Got
I done
you.
really forgot. But as soon as
No.
we do that, y'all on team.
Well,
You
that's
mad
where you
'cause
can
forgot,
explain
and
that.
you mad because you got to hear my
Yeah,
voice at the
once you
same
take
time.
that deep breath, like that wasn't towards you. I just had a long day. My bad, I forgot type of
Oh
thing.
man, see that's easy to say when you're
Right.
not in the moment though.
But
give you a real
they'll
life
be on the
example.
phone with us
Give
and
us-
know that the day is long and still
I'll give you an example though. I'm gonna give you some real. Can we be real?
Be real.
So we have been pushing the trash down, to make room for more trash. Just keep pushing it down, pushing it down. Our kids aren't like older like y'all's. Our kids are 4 and 2, so they can't really take out the trash.
Shit, I got video footage of our kids rolling the cans out.
Well, they
At
still
that age.
like Savannah.
No,
They too
Savannah,
young,
she
but
a
we
girl,
just
so,
been
yeah.
pushing the trash, pushing the trash. Now this has been for a few days, and so it was not too long ago. It was like maybe like 2 weeks ago.
Yeah.
I calmly said, he called me in the morning. I'm like, good morning, boo. How you sleep? We had a little conversation. And I'm like, oh, yeah, boo. When you see the trash is full, can you take it out? No, he did. All right. And so just
I
that
don't do nothing
response,
around here.
Did you
Just
really
the
say
way-
it like
No.
the
Did
way
you
he
really-
responded.
No.
He said he really didn't
But
even
y'all
say it
still
like
know
I
how Philip
said,
is.
all right. That's what
Y'all
I
know how
said.
Philip is, though, because he be fibbing, and
Everybody know that I stay cool.
everybody knows that you be fibbing.
No, I ain't Brian.
You kind of be exaggerative.
No.
Oh no, I ain't do that. Oh no, I ain't do that at all. Come
Nope.
on. But I'm just like, that response, all right, you smacking your lips and say, all right. There's so many other words in the dictionary that we could use. So that's I'm just like,
so now we
why?
limited to
Well, no, there's more words you can say. So you just say, all right. That tells me that there is a problem.
So would you
Clearly, you the one with the problem.
You wanted him to say, yes, your majesty.
No, you could just address the fact that, hey, baby, I did mean to take that trash out. I don't know why I keep forgetting like that.
Yeah, I forgot. My bad. Or
I make
something.
sure I take it out when I get home.
Something there you go. Air 5.
Said
Air
done.
5.
See?
Said and done.
And I've done that. I've done something like that before. And it blew her because she had a whole argument ready and it then just de-escalated the whole thing. Like,
argument ready.
yeah. She like, well, I didn't know you was going to respond like that.
That's funny.
Just ready to argue.
Well, you're giving me reasons multiple times, so I'm just was like, had the gun right here, ready. And that made me seem bad, but but yeah, I think this was a good talk.
I do too.
I think it was a really
Y'all
good
do
talk.
too.
Yeah.
And I can't wait till we have more to come.
Y'all
I feel
got
like
us-
we got a lot to say.
Got us podding in the playoffs.
Yeah.
Playoff
Well,
game.
next time we see us, we might be having another baby soon.
Yeah.
Hopefully.
Yeah, let's see.
Hopefully.
That's
You gonna
right.
drop
We-
some? You gonna drop some vlogs on the Love Jones pod page?
Oh, well,
That's a
maybe.
good idea. I didn't think about that.
Yeah.
I consider it. If
Just-
y'all care to see.
Especially as much as we doing and hanging out with each other.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think that'd be cool.
Love
Love
Captures
your
just
mother.
got an upgrade, so
There you go.
yeah.
Oh, you sold
Oh,
it? You
yeah.
sold
Yeah.
it? Oh, okay.
Yeah.
You bought the next one?
Yeah.
Oh, big money.
Big money.
Big money.
No.
Big
Yeah.
money.
We gonna get money.
And then
No.
next time, I want y'all to come up with the question because y'all ain't asked the question. So
That's very
Oh,
true.
well.
it was just me and Tasha.
On the last pod, my question got
Cut off. It did.
yeah.
Well,
But that's okay. Come back
it's a
with
new
it with
one.
the
We
next
got a new one
Yeah,
coming up. So y'all,
It did.
Don't
have a
worry.
question.
Don't worry. I got tons of questions.
okay,
Tons.
We
Yeah.
got tons of answers.
that's right.
Well,
Only truth here, no lies to be told. So I guarantee y'all, whatever y'all hear is literally, like he said, the raw, uncut versions of us because it's a lot that go on, but we have a lot of fun together.
yeah, that's
Marriage
true.
is a beautiful thing. It's hard.
It is.
It's not necessarily easy. It's
You just
That'll
doable.
be hard.
Huh? Exactly. But I'm just saying, if it's easy, we all wouldn't have no argument.
Get it? Feel it?
Right. So
Yeah,
that's what I'm
yeah.
saying. If marriage
cut off?
is easy but hard. It's easy
Yeah.
but it's hard. It's doable, but you will struggle.
Man, it ain't no difference. All right. How long we got?
We could still
okay.
do the full.
Yeah. But
Well,
yeah, like,
outro.
yeah, it ain't no
Outro.
difference, man.
Yeah.
Marriages, don't think too hard about the title, man. Just be a good person.
Yeah.
That's all it comes down
listen.
to.
Yeah.
Beyonce said it best.
Yeah.
Did she?
Listen.
Now we gotta listen. That's crazy.
I'm glad we did it right on cue, though.
That's
See,
crazy.
that's
So we
usually how
we the
we
only
do.
ones that need to listen, apparently.
To the song
Right, that's what they
in
said.
my heart.
Uh,
No, I mean, we have to listen to y'all too. It goes both ways. I
It
hope y'all
does.
realize.
Let's
listen
save that
to
for the
y'all.
next.
Yeah,
we'll
we
save
gonna
for the
save that for
one.
next
Like,
week.
it's-
So
It's not one sided here. We
It's
gotta do
not.
for each other.
It seems very one sided, but it's
Right,
cool.
right, yeah,
It's
we-
cool.
we'll dig deeper in that
Yeah.
next time.
Yeah, because I got a lot to say about that.
Yeah. So
Hey,
Ooh,
Tosh,
Ice
you
Cube?
got something
that
to
being
say.
said,
Right.
thank y'all for joining us.
Thank you. Our
Had a couple
crazy
of
dog.
technical difficulties, but we'll figure that out. But thank you for joining us. We look forward to comments. Anything else?
Like and subscribe.
Oh,
Yeah.
don't be that. Don't we not. We not
Okay,
doing that.
let's take it
We
back.
not doing
Let's
that.
take it back.
If they like it, they gonna like it. If they gonna subscribe, they gonna subscribe.
That's very
Yeah.
true.
That's very
But
true.
We ain't asking for nothing. Just not asking. They know what to do. Pod and been around. YouTube been around for years.
That's
has
very
been.
true, baby.
They know what to do.
So long
Farewell
Yeah,
to
man.
you, my friends. Goodbye
for
Yeah,
now
y'all.
until we meet again.
Hey.
Y'all know nothing about that.
I don't.
90s.
Right.
Yep, that was
We
the
are
good old
90s
days.
babies.
That's right.
We
Oh,
the
yeah.
80s baby.
Barely.